This is your wake-up call.
Good morning, friends. It's time to wipe the sleepy dust from your eyes. Rise and shine.
Good morning.
Up and at 'em.
Wake up!
The Wack's morning show is proud to begin its broadcast day.
Let's go!
Greetings, red-blooded, verified Earth people, and those with no check mark. It is me, the always dapper podcast babbler, your daddy-o cock-block from the radio, and the monkey on the mic. You're running that unprofessionally trained tongue of mine. I am Zachary Ernesto Wackalina III.
And pull yourself up a chair. Let the fun begin. It's time to let down your hair. TV's short and tight. Those friends have been invited. The wacky TV playhouse.
Good morning, beautiful people, and welcome to those of you in Concrete, Washington, Hooker, Oklahoma, and all around the world. This is the often secluded, never diluted, always wacky, never tacky, hot rockin', flame-throwing DeWack in the morning show. Live from the low-rent, sleazy, and measly Raymond Jam and Nut Hut Studios at the DeWack Shack Podcasting Megaplex at Peachtree Industrial here in FEMA Region Number 4, somewhere on the outskirts of Atlanta, Georgia. I am live at a Studio B today. In case you weren't aware, today is Friday, May the 2nd, 2025.
Get your butt out of bed. Zach DeWack in the morning, here to start your day.
Let's take a look at that birthday list. Happy birthday to Princess Charlotte of Wales, daughter of Prince William and Princess Catherine. She's 10. Paul George, NBA player, is 35. Pat McAfee of ESPN's The Pat McAfee Show is 38. Sarah Hughes, 2002 Olympic champion, is 40. Kyle Busch, a NASCAR driver, he's 40 as well. Singer-songwriter Lily Allen is 40. Actor Robert Buckley from One Tree Hill is 44. Ellie Kemper is 45. 48 is Jenna Van Oy from Blossom. Jeff Gutt, the lead vocalist for Stone Temple Pilots, is 49. David Beckham is 50. Actor-comedian Matt Berry is 51. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is 53. Actor Brian Toshi from Revenge of the Nerds is 66. Donatella Versace is 70. Christine Baranski from The Good Wife, The Good Fight, is 73. Lou Gramm, original lead singer of Foreigner, is 75. Country singer Larry Gatlin is 77. James Dyson, inventor of the Dyson vacuum, is 78. Activist and former model Bianca Jagger is 80. And Engelbert Humperdinck, turning 89 years young today.
Happy birthday!
Also wishing a very happy birthday to Facebook friend Robin Diglio.
Happy birthday.
And Leslie Gore, born on this day in 1956. She passed in 2015. Remembering Leonardo da Vinci, passed away on this day in 1519. J. Edgar Hoover passed on this day in 1972. Jeff Hanneman, the guitarist for Slayer, died in 2013 at the age of 49. And in 2011, Navy SEAL Team 6 raided a large compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan, and killed al-Qaeda terrorist leader Osama bin Laden. Bin Laden's body was buried at sea and became fish food in accordance with Islamic rites later that day. Hooray!
Be happy on this day as if you cared.
All right, here's this day in history. In 1918, General Motors acquired the Chevrolet Motor Company of Delaware. In 1939, not hitting well and feeling bad, Iron Man Lou Gehrig took himself out of the Yankees lineup after playing 2,130 consecutive games. The Yankees destroyed Detroit 22-2, and Gehrig never played baseball again. In 1978, the first unsolicited bulk commercial email, which would later become known as spam, was sent to every ARPANET address on the west coast of the United States. In 2000, President Bill Clinton announced that accurate GPS access would no longer be restricted to the U.S. military. In 2007, Iowa spent $6,000 to change the locks at one of the state prisons after someone paid $12 on eBay for a set of keys belonging to a guard who retired in the 1970s. The warden said he did not know if any of the old keys actually opened any of the locks in the 135-year-old prison. In 2018, Kanye West received harsh criticism for saying slavery is a choice in a TMZ interview.
When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice.
In 2019, a drone delivered a kidney for transplant surgery in Baltimore. Also in 2019, after 2 weeks, a cleanup on Mount Everest removed 6,600 pounds of garbage. And in 2023, 11,500 members of the Writers Guild of America went on strike. The strike would last through September 27, 2023.
Face it, if it hasn't happened, it's not gonna happen.
Let's look at movies and TV. Kurt Russell in Breakdown, released in 1997 on this day.
My wife is locked up in a hole in your f***ing barn. And if you don't give me the key, I'm gonna blow your f***ing head off.
Also released in 1997, Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery.
I shagged her rotten, baby, yeah.
The Lizzie McGuire movie came out in 2003. Iron Man and Maid of Honor released in 2008. Disney's Jonas premiered in 2009. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 released in 2014. And Cobra Kai premiered on what was then YouTube Red. That was in 2018.
I know how his warped mind works.
Let's look at this day in music. In 1963, the Beatles were at number one on the UK singles chart with From Me to You, the group's first number one and the first of 11 consecutive number ones. The title of the song was inspired from a letters column called From You to Us that ran in the British music newspaper, The New Musical Express. In 1964, the Rolling Stones appeared on the US charts for the first time with Not Fade Away. In 1969, Led Zeppelin played the first of two nights at the Pasadena Rose Palace in California. Many other acts appeared here, including The Byrds, Cream, Santana, The Grateful Dead, and Joe Cocker. Also, in 1969, the Beatles recorded a remake of the new George Harrison song, Something, at Abbey Road Studios in London. They recorded 36 takes of the song, which included Billy Preston on piano. The track is featured on the Abbey Road album. In 1972, Bruce Springsteen auditioned for CBS Records' A&R man John Hammond in New York. Springsteen played a short set for him in his office. Hammond was so impressed that he arranged a real audition that night at the Gaslight Club in New York for other Columbia executives, and Bruce passed the audition. In 1987, The Cutting Crew started a 2-week run at number one on the U.S. singles charts with I Just Died in Your Arms. Also in 1987, I Want to Dance with Somebody, Whitney Houston released. On this day in 1989, a security guard alerted the police after a man wearing a wig, fake mustache, and false teeth walked into a Zales Jewelers in California. 3 squad cars arrived and police detained the man, who turned out to be Michael Jackson in disguise. In 1991, the video for the REM song Losing My Religion was banned in Ireland because its religious imagery was seen as unfit for broadcast. Also in 1991, Nirvana booked into Sound City Studios in Van Nuys, California for 16 days on a budget of $65,000, and with Butch Vig producing, the band started recording what would become the Nevermind album. In 1992, little-known UK duo Nirvana filed a suit against the American band of the same name, claiming that they had been using the name since 1968. The dispute was settled out of court in the British band's favor. In 2004, Total Guitar Magazine's readers voted Guns N' Roses' anthem Sweet Child of Mine as the greatest guitar riff ever, ahead of Nirvana's grunge anthem Smells Like Teen Spirit. Led Zeppelin's Whole Lotta Love came third, followed by Deep Purple's Smoke on the Water. Total Guitar editor Scott Rowley said to a new generation of guitarists, Guns N' Roses are more thrilling than the Sex Pistols.
Yes, of course.
In 2006, Rolling Stones guitarist Keith Richards was released from a hospital in New Zealand after the 62-year-old suffered a mild concussion when he fell out of a coconut tree while on holiday in Fiji. He was airlifted to Auckland's Ascot Hospital for observation, where he underwent a brain scan. And then in 2008, Chad Kroeger was banned from driving for a year after being convicted of drunk driving in the Canadian city of Vancouver.
Never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing.
The 33-year-old Nickelback singer had almost twice the legal limit of alcohol in his system when he was stopped by police speeding in his Lamborghini. Special events for today. It is Astronomy Day. It's Baby Day. It's Brothers and Sisters Day. It's International Harry Potter Day. It's International Sauvignon Blanc Day. It's International Scurvy Awareness Day. It's International Space Day. International Tuba Day. National Fire Day. National Life Insurance Day. National No Pants Day. National Play Your Ukulele Day. It's National Truffle Day. National School Lunch Hero Day. And it's World Tuna Day. Today's number for the day is 21. That's the percentage of men who say they are too proud to look at a map for directions. Checking in on the news, researchers say that keeping a food diary is a powerful tool in helping people lose weight, so long as they don't eat it. A study found that doctors sometimes overtreat high blood pressure. Researchers say that in most cases, amputation is almost always completely unnecessary.
What a relief.
Scientists figured out that the optimal flow of ketchup is roughly 0.028 miles per hour, which is faster than the security line at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. The median pay for top U.S. CEOs has risen to an all-time high of $16.8 million. Whoa! They'd like to thank all the employees who sacrificed their work-life balance to make their achievement possible. A study says that children allowed to watch R-rated movies are more likely to start drinking at an early age. Yeah, my family's gone through everything on Netflix. All that's left are R-rateds. A man in Thailand went to the doctor to complain about a persistent itch in his ear, and the doctor discovered 50 maggots. That's ridiculous. I mean, who hasn't gotten drunk and woke up with 10 or 20 maggots in their ear? But 50? Come on, man, that's just crazy. During the mourning period at the Vatican following the passing of Pope Francis, security measures were at an all-time high, with over 250,000 people attending the funeral, including world leaders. Italian special forces took unprecedented steps to ensure safety. The Vatican airspace was strictly controlled, imposing a ban on all aircraft with NATO surveillance jets watching over. What caught the attention of many were the anti-drone guns carried by soldiers on the ground. The counter-unmanned aerial systems resembled futuristic weapons right out of a video game. Fortunately, they were not needed. Yay! Research shows smartphones are one of the most common distractions for parents and caregivers to overcome while supervising children at playgrounds. When caregivers were observed at playgrounds, phones were involved in about 30% of distractions.
No way!
A former Disney World employee has been sentenced to 3 years in prison for manipulating the theme park's dining menus. Michael Schuer started accessing the menu systems after being terminated. He altered the menus, made pages inaccessible, tampered with algorithm information, and deactivated employee accounts. In addition to his prison sentence, Schuer owes almost $688,000 in restitution and will forfeit his computer. Well, Americans are tired of celebrating birthdays, and it's not because we live in a society obsessed with staying young. According to a survey, the majority of Americans say their birthday feels no different from any other day of the year, and a third of those surveyed say their lack of enthusiasm stems from the hassle of planning a party. Yeah, I'm like so over it, so not looking forward to July. A letter written by Colonel Archibald Gracie, a first-class passenger on the Titanic, has been sold at auction for a staggering $400,000. The correspondence, dated April 10, 1912, seems to eerily predict the Titanic's tragic end. The letter fetched 5 times its estimated value. Colonel Gracie famously survived the disaster by clinging onto an overturned lifeboat. Despite his escape, he suffered from severe health issues and passed away 8 months later. Colonel Gracie's ominous line, "I shall await my journey's end before I pass judgment on her," preceded the Titanic's demise just 5 days later. Well, May 7th is the date you'll need a real ID to board domestic flights in the U.S. However, if you've not updated your driver's license yet, you can still use these documents when flying: a U.S. passport, transportation worker identification credential, defense ID, veteran health identification card, permanent resident card, photo ID from a federally recognized tribe, a foreign government-issued passport, and Canadian driver's license. Well, there's a new Guinness World Record for the fastest mile run in a bomb disposal suit, completing the distance in 7 minutes and 4 seconds. U.S. Army Captain Travis Chewing Kulik's time surpassed the previous record by 20 seconds. British Army officer Mark Gibbs had held the record of 7 minutes and 24 seconds since December 2017. The bomb disposal suit, which weighs approximately 50 pounds, is designed for maximum protection, but its bulkiness poses a big challenge for movement. The motivation behind the record attempt was to highlight the physical and mental toughness required of explosive ordnance disposal technicians. A flight from Los Angeles to Munich, Germany, diverted to Boston after a passenger's tablet became stuck in a business class seat structure, causing safety concerns about potential overheating. The April 23rd flight was cruising at 35,000 feet over Canada when the decision was made to divert to Boston's Logan International Airport, where Lufthansa tech staff safely removed and inspected the damaged device. According to a Lufthansa spokesperson, the tablet had already shown visible signs of deformation due to the seat's movements when the aircraft landed in Boston. The flight ultimately reached Munich 3 hours behind schedule. A woman from Chicopee, Massachusetts found a $100,000 lottery ticket in her junk drawer just in time, thanks to a timely tip from her son. On April 10th, the Massachusetts Lottery warned of an expiring 6-figure prize that was set to expire on May 1st, if not claimed. Following the announcement, Margot Garska located her winning ticket after her son told her about the news. Garska said, "My son saw it on the news and said, 'Ma, you got a ticket in that drawer.' And we looked at the numbers and they were right. Congratulations, I officially hate you." A Tesla Cybertruck owner in Truckee, California recently tested Elon Musk's claim that the vehicle could act as a boat, with unfortunate results. After activating the truck's wade mode, the driver quickly became stranded near the waterline at Boca Reservoir. Despite Musk's assertions that the Cybertruck could cross rivers and calm seas, Tesla's documentation clarifies wade mode only protects for water up to 32 inches deep at 1 to 3 miles an hour. However, this feature is activated through off-road settings not covered by the warranty. The California Highway Patrol shared photos online, noting that wade mode isn't submarine mode. All right, let's look at stupid news.
We gotta wrap this program to bring you something really, really, really stupid.
An abandoned sofa has unexpectedly become a tourist attraction in England, drawing hundreds of visitors for photographs since its arrival in early April. Initially dumped on an empty lot, the sofa quickly gained popularity and is now featured on TripAdvisor and has its own dedicated Facebook page, Lynbrook Lounge. Local photographer Alex Elton Wall saw the potential for community engagement and began documenting residents sitting on the sofa. To date, he has captured over 150 photos featuring families, pets, and local personalities. A routine Southwest Airlines flight from Philadelphia to Chicago took a wild turn when a female passenger stunned everyone on board by stripping naked and defecating on her seat during the landing. The incident prompted an emergency response at Chicago's Midway Airport, where the flight was then taken out of service for deep cleaning. In Rockport, Massachusetts, residents are facing an unusual dilemma. A pileated woodpecker has reportedly caused damage to more than 20 vehicles in the area. For weeks, locals have dealt with broken windshields and side mirrors attributed to the large bird. It's believed the woodpecker is the culprit behind at least 25 damaged vehicles. The pileated woodpecker is notable for its size resembling a crow and features striking white stripes along its neck and a bright red crest. Well, in the UK, a Darth Vader impersonator found the Force was against him after he was ticketed for not wearing a seatbelt. Alexander Lafort was apparently smitten with a woman at work, a FedEx warehouse in Cocoa, Florida. She was so very not interested that she filed stalking charges against him. Police were called to the warehouse after Lafort was shot in the parking lot by a man wearing a balaclava and hoodie, who then fled. Police found a shell casing near Lafort's car. Investigators found it odd that he had parked in the furthest portion of the parking lot, which puts the vehicle almost out of view from surveillance cameras, even though the lot was only half full. They also found a pistol in the car. When pressed, Lafort gave conflicting details. They concluded that he had shot himself to gain sympathy from the woman who had halted all communication with Mr. Lafort after she accused him of harassing her. Well, police officer Eric Robbins in Philadelphia responded to a 911 call reporting a young child walking in a dangerous place. When Robbins arrived, he could see a kid walking on the roof of a house. As recorded by his body cam, he ran into the house, sprinted up the stairs, and climbed through an open window. The child, wearing a diaper and a t-shirt, didn't look scared. The parents were home, but apparently didn't know the child had gone out the window. Thankfully, the rescue was successful and quick because Robbins is afraid of heights. And that's stupid news.
Don't be stupid. Don't be ridiculous.
And now it's time for the world famous Wack in the Morning Horrible Scopes. If today is your birthday, you are a Taurus. Someone will test your patience today, possibly a coworker, a barista, or a squirrel staring you down. Taurus, breathe deeply, then unleash your inner bull and headbutt life, metaphorically or not.
Certainly that was a whooping.
Gemini, you'll change your mind about 47 times today, and that's before breakfast. People will admire your adaptability, or they'll file restraining orders. Either way, you'll be remembered.
Timing's perfect. I just clogged the toilet.
Cancer Moonchild, big feelings are incoming. Your coffee will taste emotional. Your toast will look sad. Your Wi-Fi will ghost you. It's a tough day, but remember, you are the storm and the cozy blanket.
You're crazy people.
Leo, prepare to shine brighter than a flashbang grenade at a library. But beware, not everyone is ready for your fabulousness. Sunglasses recommended for you and the peasants.
That's not music, Martelli. That's masturbation.
Virgo, you'll attempt to organize your life today, but chaos has other plans. By 4 p.m., you'll be color-coding your existential crisis and filling your regrets alphabetically. Progress.
Right.
Libra, you'll spend 93% of today trying to make a decision, only to end up Googling, should I have pizza or emotional fulfillment? The stars advise, pick pizza. Emotional fulfillment is out of stock.
Thou shalt not eat pizza with a fork and knife.
Scorpio, today you'll be a mysterious enigma wrapped in a riddle, dipped in sarcasm and sprinkled with menace. People will either fear you, respect you, or accidentally sit in your reserved seat.
Oh, a microphony. And a phony at the mic. Whoa.
Sagittarius, your wanderlust will peak today, but you'll get lost trying to find the exit at Tarjay. Adventure awaits, but maybe bring a compass or at least a snack.
No man has ever faced such hopeless odds.
Capricorn, you'll grind so hard today you might accidentally start a second job, launch a business, and file your taxes for 2027. Good news, your productivity is unmatched. Bad news, so is your stress rash.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, bada bing, who knows?
Aquarius, today you'll invent a brilliant idea nobody understands, like edible yoga mats or Wi-Fi for ghosts. History may not appreciate you yet, but TikTok might.
It should be good now, Bente, with a bite still to it.
Pisces, your dreams are vivid today. You might mistake them for reality and try to swim to work or high-five a lamppost. Just roll with it. Reality is overrated anyway.
I think I have a way that'll make you feel all right again.
And finally, Aries. Today you'll wake up ready to conquer the world until you realize you put your shirt on backwards, your socks don't match, and you left your car keys in the freezer. Destiny calls, but it's going to voicemail.
They don't give a damn about improving the world.
And those are your official To Wack in the Morning horrible scopes. And remember,
Don't leave home without them.
We're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're just trying to get it in motion again.
And now, time for this.
A study found to remember someone's name, you should just spend a few extra seconds looking at their face.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I tried that once, and now I'm banned from Starbucks. Amazon was maybe thinking about putting the tariff amount next to the price on its website, then realized consumers might accidentally learn how international trade works. Research shows that strenuous 4-second workouts throughout the day is good for you. So when the DoorDash guy shows up with your breakfast donuts, run to the door. When he shows up with your lunch tacos, run to the door. Apple is making it easier to skip your iPhone's Face ID if you're wearing a mask. Currently, if you're wearing a mask, the iPhone remains locked and says,
Phil Connors? Phil Connors, I thought that was you.
Scientists say the asteroids were likely the source of Earth's first water. Yeah, the asteroids were from the Aquafina belt. The number of Starbucks locations in the U.S. has just surpassed 17,000. Yeah, it's comforting to know that you'll never be more than 150 feet away from a Frappuccino. The Great Moose Migration is a live reality show on Sweden's public television. The live stream follows the moose migration to grazing pastures. It airs non-stop. Last year's stream drew in 9 million viewers. Don't the Swedish have IKEA furniture, Volvos, and meatballs to put together? John Madden would have turned 89 last week. John's kind of like Lindsay Lohan, because once your face is on his box, bad things happen to you. Former Pornhub mattress actress Jenna Jameson turned 51 this month. She celebrated by blowing out 3 birthday cakes at the same time while another guy filmed it. James Webb Telescope data shows a 99.7% certainty that planet K2-18b has a gas that on Earth is uniquely produced by living organisms. So apparently this new planet already has a Taco Bell and a Chipotle. St. Louis has recorded its second lowest number of homicides to start a year since 1990. Yeah, it makes sense. Who can afford bullets? Fact of the day, in China, it's illegal to use puns in advertising. I'm not really sure why, but I think they think it's wrong. A study finds that some people may be genetically programmed to be vegetarians. So in addition to having your grandmother's eyes, you can also inherit her ability to be difficult at restaurants.
Oh, thank God it's Friday.
You've been listening to the Always First, Never Last podcast with me, your doomsday host, the incredible edible Mr. Zach Wackalina. You can connect with me at ZachDeWack.com. That's ZachDawack.com. Find me on Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, MySpace, The Comic Strip, The Yellow Pages, Telepathy, Western Union, or call or text 984-DeWack1. That's 984-329-2251. Like the show, follow us, or subscribe, whatever your app allows, and please share this show with your friends. Available to hear on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, and all other podcasting platforms, or at ZachDeWack.com, if that's easier for you. Thank you to all the awesome wackos, weirdos, reverts, preverts, dingbats, and jelloheads anonymous for any and all listens you can give. It means a lot. I'm out of here like Vladimir. Until next time, and there will be a next time. Don't forget me. I won't forget you. I am Zach the Wack, saying if I'm lying, I'm dying. Grits ain't groceries, eggs ain't poultry, and Mona Lisa was a man.
Explain it to them.
I'll be back Monday for another magical edition of the Dweck in the Morning Show. I'll talk to you then. Same Wack time, same Wack channel. Wack out.
It's over. Goodbye.
Finally, the end.
Bye, buckaroos.